Creating an environment where you can be successful and be at your best leads me to believe that I've been successful. So I guess I would say I'm from Connecticut. I grew up here in the greater Hartford area, was raised in Vernon, although my family has lived in the Hartford area proper since the 1940s. My career has been a mix of both private industry, but certainly most recently in higher ed and various leadership roles as an associate dean at American University, and then as a dean and a vice president at Babson College, and now here as president.
In its Board of Regents, we have placed on your chest the seal of the university.
Well, my mother started her career as a high school social studies teacher, actually not far from here at Conard High School in West Hartford, Connecticut. So I think education was the first, or teacher was the first profession that I really saw up close. And they say you covet what you first see. And so I think from an early age, the seeds of being an educator were first sown by watching my mother teach from the back of her classroom. Later, as an undergraduate student, I was involved as a student leader on campus, and a lot of my first mentors were senior administrators. If the seeds were sown as a young child, they certainly germinated as a college student. I don't know if I expected to end up as a president.
Education faces many complex challenges. UHeart has a leader who is principled, collaborative, and deeply committed to the success of the institution. His vision, compassion, strategic insight will guide this institution to new heights. In this pivotal moment in the history of higher education and for the University of Hartford, I cannot imagine a more capable, inspiring leader than my friend Larry. It is with great honor and enthusiasm that I introduce to you to your new president, Dr. Lawrence P. Ward.
I probably saw it as up close as a student could see, so I think I've always been fascinated by leadership and what happens on a college campus. So I don't know that I would stop short of saying I expected to be president, but it has certainly been a thought in my mind for a very long time.
And I must admit that some days it's easy to feel overwhelmed, if not underwhelmed, by what's not working well or working as it should, by the complaints, by the shortcomings, by higher education's headwinds and its storm clouds. But at the end of the day, I felt called by the invitation to be this institution's tailwind. Eventually, every good leader, worthy of his or her or their command, must stand up in some truth.
No matter what you do or what you think you do well, someone's gonna think otherwise, and that's part of the power of being on a diverse campus or being in a diverse community, is that not everyone will agree, and so therefore I don't try to get everyone to agree with me. I think one of the keys to success is how well you listen and how thoughtfully you listen, particularly to diverse voices, diverse opinions and perspectives. How consciously you go in search of those diverse perspectives, as opposed to surrounding yourself with people who think or would arrive at the same conclusions that you do. So I think probably the thing that makes leading, certainly as a president of a diverse university community, is also the very thing that makes it so exciting. And that is every day you're going to get something new and something different. That is both challenging and exciting at the same time. You have a responsibility to do your best to ensure that people feel heard, that they feel respected, that they feel seen. I mean, everybody loves to get their way, myself included, but that's not really the goal or objective, right? Is to satisfy everyone's particular taste. I think people can deal with getting their way. They can deal with not getting their way. What people I've found to struggle with is when they don't feel like they even have an audience or a means to share their opinion. And that is a responsibility of leadership. And I was doing a class visit today as part of a process for a faculty teaching award. And so I was doing a class observation, and at one moment I saw myself looking around the room at this wonderful diversity of students in this particular class. And it was a cool experience to know that what I do as president creates a path for them to achieve more of their dreams. And that's very real at a place like the University of Hartford. Students come from varied backgrounds, but they come in search of a transformative experience. Or maybe they don't even know that they need a transformative experience, but they have one. And that excites me about the University of Hartford. Every day I see evidence of that. I'm not at the point now where I think about legacy. You know, I'm focused on these first couple of years, learning as much as I can, leading this institution through its challenges and its opportunities. And so I'm not really thinking about how people will remember me. I would hope that people look at my leadership as someone who was inspired the university and inspired individuals to become more of their better selves. And I recognize that presidents we're temporary stewards of an institution for as long as we're here. But the University of Hartford belongs to the greater university community. And so my first job is first, do no harm, and two, put the community first, do what I think is in the best interest of this university, and leave it better off than I found it. And if people say we were better because of his time here, I'll be satisfied with that. One of the keys to my leadership, and I think what people are craving, especially now, is authenticity. And this community has welcomed and supported and encouraged me to be my authentic self as a leader. That was really, really important to me during the search process, that I was choosing a community that would accept and embrace me for my full and complete self. And in return, I want to give people license to be their full and complete self, their most authentic self, to rise to their highest level of potential, to believe in themselves, and to be their authentic selves. And so for any student or any member of this community to feel empowered to be their best self and their most authentic self is probably the highest gift that anyone could give. If I can make someone think and or make them smile, then I feel like I've been pretty successful, that I've had a pretty good day. And if I can make them do both, then that's a really good day.